Goobers and goobettes, welcome back to the Sammy Hutt cast, episode 11. Crazy times, we're hitting double digits. How have you guys been? It's been a while, I know, I'm sorry. Man, oh man, oh man, I've had a good vacation. Let me tell you guys, that Florida sun, fantastic. No ice around me, right? Nothing, nothing in my direction. It was pretty sweet. We had a little bit of a delay getting back due to the crazy winter storms here up in New England. What can you do? Just more of a reason to stay down south and enjoy the weather. I don't know, I had PTO I got to burn up anyways. Who fucking cares, right? Good to be back, though. Pleasure to be back. Happy to be back. Well, not really, but hey, we're here. We're alive, right? That's all you can be. Now, Florida was fun, you know. I guess this is going to be a filler episode. I guess I'm just going to talk about myself. No, but Florida was a good time. It was really nice just sitting by the poolside, sitting in the sun. You know, all the local Floridians are staying inside because 80 degrees is too cold for them. So I was chilling. I was big chilling. It was a fun time, you know. It was a good time. Oh, man. Yeah, that bad weather with the delay was crazy. It's weird coming back up north just to see like 3 feet of snow ice. Like it snowed, now it's all icy. Just like it's like we're in like a war zone almost. I don't even snow trenches everywhere. There's like lanes that are blocked with snow. And top it off, it's not going to get any warmer anytime soon. So it's just one of those winters. What can you do? We're in the thick of it right now. No, I had a fun time. It was good seeing the family. It was a good time. Got to see my family member's dog. That was cool, little Italian greyhound. The thing used to like nip at me when I would be around. I scared it years ago. All right, I will admit I was kind of an asshole. I scared the shit out of the dog, and then the dog would just attack me every other time I saw it. But now we're friends. Now we're cool. It was pretty sweet. Yeah, no, I got to enjoy the weather. Got delayed. Ended up hanging out with a friend down there. Went to a little pool party with some of his coworkers. It was pretty sweet. One of the nights when I was down there, my sibling, she made this soup. It was really more like a pasta dish. And what ended up happening was there was three bowls stacked on top on the countertop. So I'm thinking, oh, okay. These bowls, they were like nice looking bowls, like ceramic, maybe a little plastic ceramic, you know, nice looking bowls on the countertop. I grab one of the bowls, fill it with some of that like pasta soup thing she did. And I'm talking to her fiance, you know, chatting with them. And he goes, Sam, are you serious right now? And I go, what? As I'm still eating out of this ceramic bowl. He goes, Sam, you're eating out of a dog bowl. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's like, hey, I couldn't tell the difference. So I kept eating with it. It was something else. Florida's a different place, man. I gotta get down there at some point. I don't know. Maybe not Florida. Maybe not my line of work. Maybe not with trade work right now. I don't know. Trade work in Florida's kind of weird. I think union work and commercial work's good. I don't know how much about Resi, though. Resi's a weird field. It's definitely niche. You got to run your own company to make money. I think up north, residential electrical work is a lot easier, like with certain things, just because there's older stuff going on, old houses. Things always need to be repaired. But it was a good time, you know. It was a fun time seeing them. Decided to break one of my sacred Spirit rules when I was flying back on Spirit Airlines. Yeah, when I was sitting near the waiting area, there was a nice gal. She sat next to me, so I was like, all right. I didn't really talk to her, minding my business. I ended up boarding that flight. Believe it or not, guess who was sitting next to me? That same chick. So I ended up shooting the shit with her all flight long, basically. It wasn't like not all flight long. I let her do her thing, but I started shooting the shit with her a little bit, got to know her, made her laugh here and there. We had a good time. I couldn't tell if she was super into me or not, but I just kept like, you know what, she's not. It doesn't seem she's like not into me. So I ended up getting her number. I'm like, all right. I texted her the next night, yo, what's good? Blah, blah, blah. Hope you didn't get any, she was a nurse, right? I hope you didn't get any crazy victims. No response. And you know what? That's fair. It's Spirit Airlines. You shut the fuck up. You sit down. You look for it, and you mind your business. I broke the rule. I know. I'm the one who said it, and I broke it. I'm sorry. What can you do, right? Oh, man. No, that feeling of coming back after a long vacation is always just the worst feeling possible, you know? Like you're just enjoying yourself, not a care in the world. You know, you're getting paid that next week using that sweet, sweet PTO just to come back and realize, oh man, life. It sucks. I don't know. Parts of me, I'm happy to be back. Happy to get back into doing some more stand up this week. Happy to be seeing my family. At the same time, though, I got a lot of new stuff going on in my life right now. A lot of things happening. A lot of changes, man. A lot of changes. That's life, though, right? That's life. Life is full of changes. There's no way to really predict these changes sometimes. At best, you might be able to get sort of a feel for it. Maybe you'll get an advance. Yeah, so we're getting a big studio upgrade. Oh yeah, time to upgrade. My dad's kicking me out of the basement. Alrighty, yeah. I record this podcast in the unfinished part of this basement. No, I've been in talks with him for the past couple, I don't know, 2 months, talking about getting a new place, or he's talking about selling the place. I live here alone. Everyone else has left the house. I live alone, and it's the other way around. I didn't leave. Everyone else did, you know? Old man, he's remarried. He's living somewhere else with his wife. Both my siblings, they're gone. They left the house. So it's just me here now. Unfortunately, in Massachusetts, it costs an arm and a leg to run a fucking house, right? It's expensive. Heat, electricity, everything, literally everything, water, whatever. Like, it's too expensive. It really doesn't make sense for me to live here by myself. And, you know, he doesn't want to, he's older. He's on the older side. He doesn't want to deal with like having roommates come in and leases and all this other stuff. So I get it. It's just a tough situation right now. You know, I could have had like a better sitch, sort of a better setup if I knew in advance what was going down, how much time I had. No, he needs me out of here by like April, pretty much like April 1st. Basically, it's early February right now, so I really got like 2 months to fucking scramble and get my shit together. So I guess not scramble, but it's pretty damn close, you know? He's like, you know, you got April and then maybe May, but it's like by May, you're going to need to move shit downstairs. And it's just like, just sounds like a nightmare trying to live here longer than I should be. So I got to figure something out. But, you know, with the state I live in Massachusetts, it's just too expensive to live by yourself when you're up and coming. It really is. No, it's tough, man. Rent up here is just insane. Just a single bedroom alone is expensive. It's just tough. That really is, especially when you're just starting out in the professional career field. I'm sure a lot of you college guys understand, you know, hell, if you even get a job, like you get out of college, you get that first job. Usually that first job just doesn't pay enough. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's where I'm at right now in my field of work. I do trade work, you know, I do electrical, and it pays good. Trust me, it doesn't pay half bad, but like I could be doing better somewhere else. And especially when you're more fresh as a licensed guy, you don't have as much skills as, let's say, like a 30 or 40-year-old electrician in the field. So now I gotta like try and figure out how to make things work out. It's gonna be a fun run. It's gonna be interesting. You know, it's gonna be something else. It's going to be tough. It is. It really is going to be tough, but it's going to be change. And that's what life is all about. And, you know, maybe this change will be good. You know, maybe we'll figure out how to do the podcast better. Maybe we'll figure out ways to be more entertaining. Maybe we'll actually get into that streaming finally. No, I need to do some changes in my life. It's real. It really is. You know, the views have been great. You guys have been great. Thank you for all who've subscribed and are staying along with this show. I really do appreciate it. We're going to keep the show going. There's going to be some major upgrades, though. I don't know what kind of upgrades. I have a feeling it's going to be more like the modern era of what's going down. I think streaming is very big, like undeniably big. Like I think podcasters now are kind of leaning towards streaming their show over just recording a podcast and then uploading it. I mean, I'm sort of doing it like what the style is, you know, 5-10 years ago, but I think what a lot of new cats are doing now is they're streaming stuff. They're getting those views and then they build up from that. So I think what we need to do as a community, as the Sammy Hutt community, we're going to eventually get into that online streaming. We're going to eventually build up to that. For right now, though, we're going to enjoy the rest of the studio, enjoy the rest of the show for what it is. I guess this is like the prelude, maybe the prelogue to what's going to happen next. I'm not too sure. you never know what's going to happen with life, right? You know, you might think, oh, it's leading this way, but then it goes the other. Oh, maybe I'm doing this, and then you do that. You don't really know what's going on in life, especially when you're in your young 20s. When you're in your young 20s, you just don't know. You got to just try and figure it out. That's the tough part about being young. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. When you're young, you just don't understand everything. Maybe you don't get the words right, maybe you don't understand what's going on properly, maybe you're not filled in. It really is tough though. It really is tough. Like there is no real path. It really is a windy road with different side routes and different things you could do. Like I could throw all this away and like go do something else right now. Right? It's on the table if I wanted to. I'm not, because I know that's not going to make me happy. It's not. I don't know. It's not my interest. I would say doing this show and doing my stand up and doing just electrical work as is more in my interest. Yeah, I don't think living is about being happy. I don't think, at least right now, it is. I think living in this current moment in my life is about doing something with myself, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to gain resources, trying to build allies, trying to gain skills, trying to do a lot, but it really is tough. It really is complicated. There is no, like I said, there is no straight path. You got to just figure it out. And so with this new, we're gonna call it an upgrade. All right, we're gonna call it an upgrade. I think with this upgrade that's gonna happen, it's gonna be very big. If I knew months ago about like what I would have to leave so soon, I would have done the podcast studio differently. I definitely would have had different lighting, different backgrounds, everything. But at least with the studio right now, everything's portable for the most part. I can mostly get away with what I got. I got some friends. I got a friend of mine. Shout out to Leighton. I know you're listening. I got a friend of mine. She can hook me up with some O-ring lights and everything like that. So, at least with the lighting situation, that's got to change. But it's going to be for the better. We're not going to have any more light glances in the background screen. Hell, I'm probably going to do a green screen next. We're probably going to do a green screen. We're probably going to do like a big background thing. I don't know. I got to figure it out. Let me tell you, that apartment hunt though is something else right now. Just got into it. Fuck my life, dude. I don't know how you fucking millennials and older Gen Zers have been doing it, dude. I got to give you credit. I know not many people will, but I got to give you guys some credit. Let me tell you, man. Trying to find a place that's affordable? Holy shit. I'm like doing the numbers. I'm talking to my assistant GPT. We're crunching the numbers on the budget and everything, and let me tell you, fuck. Yeah, we're gonna have to tighten up that wallet a little bit, I've already gotten a really good system down, to be honest. I've already been kind of balling on a budget, saving every penny I can for the most part. Now it's time to put in the hours, time to put in the change in my life. I guess we'll call this the change episode. The big change, A lot of change going on, man. A lot of change. I'm a little bit worried. Hell, I'm not even gonna lie. I was kind of not breaking down, but I was genuinely my old man. I was talking to my old man yesterday, and he could tell I was stressed out about it all. He didn't fully understand it, which is fair because he's way older. He's he's like way deep in his professional career. He's at that final mile of retiring, so lives in a completely different world than me, and that's completely fine. But he listened, and I appreciate that a lot from him. Love you, Dad. But it's just like the day and age we live in, where it's like we got these mass layoffs from AI, you got all this competition in the work field from just XYZ reasons, H-1B visa workers, maybe your college degree isn't as good when you got in, like you get into college with this one degree and now tech's completely changed. You got to learn this now. Hell, even even certain tradesmen, you got to just pivot like that. And that's what it is. You just got to pivot, just quick pivot. No, you really do. You got to just roll with the punches. You got to surf it. You got to ride it out. You got to do something. You can't do nothing. You got to do something, right? Got to do something. I don't know. Can't do nothing. Can't ever do nothing. At least when you're dead, you can do nothing. While you're alive, you got to do something. That's the weird thing about living. That's the weird thing about living and being in your young 20s, trying to do something, Hell, even when you're older, even in your 40s, even in your 50s, even in your 60s, trying to do something is just weird. Like, you ever talk to a guy, he's just like, I got this we've been working together, and I'm looking at like what the company makes, and if I go solo, I could be making this. Oh, why am I even doing this for this money when I could be doing it for this? And then they do nothing about it. You know what I mean? Like, they do nothing to change their life. They're fine with sticking to the same old routine until they get fired because they're a fucking alcoholic. That happened to the guy I used to work under years ago when I was an apprentice. And I think it just goes to show that, like, even when you're like in your 50s, if you do nothing, it's the worst thing you could possibly be doing. You got to do something. You have to. I mean, you actually have to. You got to hustle. You got to make your money. You want those multiple sources of income. You got to do something. You can't. I guess you could rely on that same old income, but it's like you got to be creative. You got to build up at least. Like, for right now, right? The show isn't making any money. I'm not going to start a Patreon. I'm not going to say, guys, if you like it, a couple of bucks for some coffee would be great. Fuck that. I'm here for your entertainment. I'm here for the love of the game, son. I'm not going to sell out and start promoting products like crazy. I'm not going to not right now at least, but when the money comes in and we're going to start promoting War Thunder online, hey, you guys want to battle in tanks because you can't afford to battle in your own home? War Thunder, sponsor me. No, but you gotta adapt, you gotta evolve, you gotta figure out ways to make your money, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to figure out how to make my money. Because let me tell you, it's expensive. Living is expensive, food, rent, heat, electricity, Wi-Fi, that's not free. Nothing is. You gotta figure it out, That's why I'm like, I'm trying to adapt. I'm trying to overcome. I'm trying to learn. I've been back for like 2 days right now, so I'm kind of just trying to scramble, trying to start looking at places. I'm sending messages out. Hell, even today I was I spent like an hour, maybe an hour and a half talking to some dude about a apartment nearby for wicked cheap. It was literally like a shoebox apartment. And it was going good. I was like, yo, this is a great deal. No way. Yo, all utilities are included? Yo, they didn't say that on the Facebook post. And then they told me to send in a a credit check before I viewed. And I said, wait a second. Something doesn't seem right. Talked to the my old assistant GPT, asked it, yo, what do you think about this? It's a scam. And of course, I told the guy I'm not comfortable with that. And he says, no, you got to do it for my safety and yours. You must, sir. I realized the guy had like a script. And then once I called him out for it, you could see the broken English on the text. Now, listen, if you're not from the country and you're not speaking, not formal, but like it's fluent English, that's fine. I get it, right? You guys know me. I work in the trades. I deal with all different sorts of walks of life, all different groups of people. Not everyone comes from America. People come from South America. People come from Europe. People come from Canada. People come from Australia, Ireland, whatever, but how do you fuck up typing? How do you mess up typos, Like, how do you... you must redeem. Like, instead of must, they do mast, M-A-S-T, you must do it. Like, what? Of course this is a scam. So, an hour and a half of both of our lives wasted. I don't know what the guy was fishing for. It was insane. But we're back. We're bouncing back. We're pivoting. We're looking for spots right now. Maybe I'll reach out to some comics, see if they want roommates. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I don't make half bad money. It's just I don't make good money right now. That's my main issue. How do I make money? We're going to figure it out, Is this a time thing? I think the first thing on my objective list is actually find the upgraded studio, aka move out, figure out how we can upgrade the pod on a budget, figure out how to rent a place without living in a shoebox or have 17 roommates, just figure it out, try and learn, try and understand, try and get stuff done. We got a lot going on, man. We got a lot. I don't know. I'm worried, concerned. That's what it is, right? Listen, life isn't meant to be happy. Life's meant to be doing something. That's what it is. What can you do, right? I'm not happy. I'm sad. Blah. My life's not going the way it's supposed to. Hey, no one's life is. No one's life is. where's all my respect? Why don't people respect me? Because you haven't done anything. I haven't done anything. I did like 2 things, I graduated high school, which isn't that hard, and then I got my electrical license, which, it's a bit of a challenge, but everything is, getting a college degree is a challenge, learning a skill is a challenge, learning a trade is a challenge, learning an art form that pays money is a challenge. It's a grind. It's a hustle. You got to do it. You got to learn what you can withstand. You got to learn what you're into, what's your interests, I think. I think that's a good way to put it. We're going to put it as you got to figure out your interests instead of, and when people will say, work's not work if you're having a good time. Yeah, it's called work for a reason. It's because you don't go to work because you want to go to work. You go to work because you need to work and make some money. That's what it is. It's that simple. So instead of trying to find a job or find a passion that could turn into a career that, just feels like work, have interest in it. When you're interested in something, you want to learn more about it. You want to get more into it. And that's what people like. That's what employers like. That's what everyone likes. That's what people in the art scene like. That's what comedians like. That's why comedians like me, because I'm interested in the comedy. I'm a far shot away from being where I want to be in stand-up right now, but at least I have the interest in it, Once we get the move, hopefully I can get more towards Providence, but still stay in Massachusetts, massive 2 shits. I'll be able to get to more shows. I'll be able to start getting booked more. I'll be able to just do more mics, just get better. Just be interested in it, guys. And that's to anyone. That's to everyone, every field, whatever you believe in. Just be interested. Learn. Try and learn. I missed a whole news cycle too, which is kind of, well, not a whole news cycle, but major events in the news cycle. Yeah. It's kind of weird when you go on vacation, everything changes. Literally everything changed. Some guy got shot. Egg prices went down somehow. My gas is cheaper now. What? That sweet Venezuelan oil money? What? It's funny like that. No, I'm oh man. The only thing I'm kind of glad about right now about all the moves that I've made is at least when I bought my new car, it's I bought it. I don't have to make payments on it. Thank God. Dude, if I had to make payments on a car right now, I would be fucking cooked, my boys. I would be done for. I would be required to find a roommate. At least now I have the chance to at least live alone. I'm not going to be living comfortable, not going to be living happy, but at least I get the chance to live alone, rent out a place alone. Obviously if I had a good roommate or two, I would save a ton more money, but I mean, it is what it is, it is what it is. Sometimes you can't change it. You can't change. Listen guys, you can't change who your family is. You can't change automatically, instantly your life, but you can at least, and you can't fully change fast enough your friends, but with your family, you can try and make better connections or change the relationship status with them. With your life, you can instantly change it, but over time you can grow, you can fix, you can learn. And with your friends, you can at least make new friends, tell your friends, yo, I don't like XYZ, or hey, let's do it with this thing or that thing, You can change your life. It's possible. It just takes time. It really does. And that's even with art, it takes time to change. You won't instantly be funny in a day. The main reason why I stuck with comedy is not only because I'm interested, but because the first time I did comedy was because I got 2 laughs. Literally like 3 laughs from a bunch of college prep guys on my first time at a shitty dive bar at 12 at night. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And I went back the next week thinking, man, let's fucking do this. And I bombed. I bombed so hard. I was embarrassed. I felt awful. It was not it. But I kept going back. I kept making changes. I kept changing stuff over time. Hell, I changed an entire scene. I went to a different scene. I didn't change the scene, but I went to an entirely different scene to do comedy. That's the type of changes I made to do it, And it's the effort you put in. So for anyone out there who's just, stuck in a hole or stuck in a rut right now where I don't have any chance of change. I don't see the light in the end of the tunnel. Stop that. Stop that thinking. Take the optimism pill. It's not over. Change your life. I'm changing mine. You can change yours. I'm a fucking schmuck. I'm a complete schmuck, dude. I'm like, if I had to describe my build, we got people out there who are naturally strong, 10 in strength or like 7 in strength. And then they hit the gym and do that change and they work on it. And now they're 10. Or you got some intellectual people who maybe started at a 6 or a 7. But and they went to the library and they changed and they got smarter. Or they studied the books and they got smarter. I was born at a Nat 5 or a Nat 4 with everything, I think. I'm not a smart guy. I'm not a strong guy. I'm an even build guy. And it's up to me to build myself up. I hit the books. I hit the intellect. I learned. I get stronger. I do my push-ups. I do my squats. I get my walks in. I do my exercise. I get my physical activity in a little bit. So now my strength's at like a 6, maybe a 7. But, It really is up to you to make that change, man. And that's what I'm working on right now. That changed my life. It's tough. Trust me, it's tough. I was really upset yesterday when I was talking to my old man. I was worried. I don't know if it's gonna work out. And he told me, listen, I'll help you out a little bit, but it's up to you. And I realized it is up to me. It is up to me to do this. I'm 24, right? What's that meme online we all see? Oh, 24 isn't old. 25 isn't old. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm in my mid-20s. Come on, who am I fooling? I'm getting older. I'm a fucking man now. I went through my vision quest. I went through my hero's journey. I got my license. I gained allies. I gained knowledge. I learned from teachers. I lost people really close to my life, but I learned something. I went through my hero's journey, and now it's time for me to become a man. And that's what it is. And that's what it is for you guys. Whether you're guys or whether you're girls, whether you're fucking they-thems, whether you're goobers, you're goobettes, it is up to you to make that change. And it's up to me to make that change. And that's what we're going to do. I think a lot when I was an apprentice, and even today, I'm a little bit of a happy-be-go-lucky type fella. I'm a little bit too optimistic sometimes. I let it show too much on the job. It's kind of an issue. But you know what? At least I know it's like I'm happy. I'm not happy, but I'm positive about it. I'm fine with it. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to take that. Sometimes you just got to be happy, be go lucky. What's the alternative? Taking the fucking black pill? Being negative all the time? The world sucks. Who cares? I do. I think to myself sometimes, I couldn't care less if the world burns. But I do. I have family. I have friends I love. I have hobbies and activities. I have these creative outlets that I love. I have these passions that I desire. I have things that I want to do in life. And you know what? At least if I die tomorrow from some fatal, tragic car accident or something explodes on me while I'm working because I'm an electrician, at least I know I attempted to do it. At least I know I tried to do it. After that, it's not my problem. But at least I know, At least I did it. Because some people out there, they just quit. They just throw in the towel. They say they're done. They fucking withdraw from life. They withdraw from everything. And they just quit. And you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm making the change in my life that I need to make. I'm doing the thing. I am him, and I will always be him. Cheers to that, guys. Yeah, it's time to start going to bed on time. It's time to get my push-ups in. It's time to get my budget on track. It's time for everything. It's time to start living for once. That's where we're at right now. It's time to start living. If you're not living, then you're dying. I'd rather be living than dying right now. I'm 24. I'm getting older, but I'm still in the younger phase of my life. Life is fast, Life is very fast. Life is a lot. Don't think to yourselves for a second, Maybe in your late teens, early 20s, life's a little bit slower for a moment just because you're building up these skills. Never forget life is fast and it's fading away at your fingertips. Grab a hold of it, use it, and do something. Once you get that degree, once you get that education, once you get that certificate, it's game on. You have the opportunities now. You got a gazillion college kids, a gazillion apprentices out there working towards it. It's up to you now to make that change. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to make. I'm trying to make something out of myself, man. There's going to be a lot of hiccups along the way. There's going to be a lot of hardships and troubles. Hell, I'm probably going to go through a whole nother hero's journey in my life at some point. But at least I know I'm doing it right now. And that's what matters. And that's what matters. At least I tried. Like I said, if I die tomorrow, at least I know I tried. That's how I like to think of it, man. That's how I really do. I'm excited though. At least with the at least when I move out and I get my own place, or hell, even if I get a roommate or two, at least I have that change my life that I need. I think I really do. You know, we're doing it. We're making progress here. We got 20 subs, big 20. Maybe that'll be the name of the episode, the big 20 change. And thanks to you guys for sticking around. Thanks to any viewers who come into the show and watch it. I really do appreciate it. We're building up right now. That's what it is. We really are building up. I think this really is just the prelude to what's to become. I know at least I'm an average build right now. I'm like a 5 all around, but I think my charisma is a 7. My charisma is a 6, all right? Maybe a 6, maybe a 7. But you know, I think it's the change in my life that I need right now. I was talking to my family members, my in-laws, my old man. They told me, you know, it's probably good that you get that fire underneath you. Start cooking a little bit. I think I kind of need it. I really do. You know, what we got going on right now is really nice. What we're doing right now, not too bad. But I think we could be doing better. You know, I think we could really be making some progress another way. I think what I need to do is I need this change in my life to happen. I think we need this change to actually make an impact. And it is. This change is going to make an impact. So I'm leaving my home. And that's what it is. This isn't my childhood home. You know, I got to say I get both sides of the story of like the people who have to leave the childhood home and the people who've never had the childhood home. I grew up, my parents divorced when I was about 9 or 10. We left the I don't even think twice about the childhood home I grew up in, to be honest with you guys. It was a McMansion. It was a piece of shit. I didn't really like it. The home I'm in right now, though, I have a lot of memories. I gotta say, my old man asked me when I was kind of slightly breaking down, not really breaking down, but just really upset. He asked me, "Are you just like afraid of moving?" I said, "You know, I don't know. I think I do know. I think I'm just sad that I gotta go. You know, I've had a lot of great memories here. I've had a lot of bad memories here, but it's that change that I need in my life right now. I think I just need to get out of the coop, get out of the nest, go live a little bit." Go meet some people. Go do some things. Go live a little bit more. I think I'm just dipping my toes in, honestly. That's what I've been doing. I've been toes, maybe knees in with a lot of it. You know, I've done a lot. I gotta say, I've done a lot. I've done my stand-up, gone on some shows, got the podcast. We got a small audience, you know. I can't complain. I got my friends who I love dearly who are watching, fans of the show. I got my family who's watching, fans of the show. Got a couple of my randos who watch, fans of the show from the clips. It's good. It's not bad. But I think we really do need that change in the show. But I think what's going to happen next, I'll give you guys a little timeline for what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next is, you know, I'm going to be here for the next, let's say, I would say 2 months max, February, March. Yeah, so next 2 months max. We're going to have on some more guests. We're going to have on a couple more guests. We're going to try and get on our boy Craven. We're going to try and maybe get on some artists on. We're going to have on some more people. We're going to do some more interviews, talks about some different walks of life. And then after that, when the move happens, we're going to figure out where to go from there, you know? We're definitely going to have on some guests over there, but I think some things are going to change. I think we're going to have a different outlook on it all, you know? I'm trying to move towards Providence a little bit more. Personally, I'd like to move into Providence, but just because of my line of work, and I just got to see where I'm going in the next, you know, couple of years. I got to figure out what my plan is with my main income right now. I need to stay at least somewhat in Massachusetts, but maybe on like the border towns, you know, I'm not too sure. I'm not trying to dox myself to all 20 of you listening, not even, but I think what's next is we're gonna make the move. We're gonna settle in, set up the studio again, get the new studio running. At least with the studio right now, it's portable, like I said. We got some portable aspects about it, but we're going to do some major upgrades, some major changes. And yeah, that's really it, guys. I think we're at 35. Yeah, we're at 35. I can't believe 35 happened. It was just, I don't know. It's just been a lot lately. It has been. It's been a lot. A lot of things just happen at once, but that's life for you, you know? What can you do? Guys, as always, if you like the video, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I want to hear the changes you want to make in your life. I love you all. Take care now. We'll talk to you soon, all right, folks? I'm Sammy Hutt. Thank you very little, everyone, for listening. Love you guys. Bye now.